Making money from home is what I've been doing for the past 4 years now. I've been selling books and other products on Amazon, and it's been pretty good profit-wise, but it's definitely a struggle at times, and that's because of the seasonality of things. Right now, we're coming up on Q4, and everything is selling. It's starting to pick up and everything, and so right now is the time to be a seller. So what I wanted to go over in this video is, how I do it, how I make my money online without ever leaving my home. And it's hard to learn at first, but once you understand it, once you understand the ebbs and flows of the seasonality of it, it becomes a lot easier to understand how to grow it. So let's dive in on my computer here. The first thing you're going to want to understand is we're selling books on Amazon. So what we're doing here is we're on. I don't think I switched. No, I switched it. Okay, just make sure my camera's right. What we're doing here is we're starting a Amazon Seller Central account, not just a regular Amazon account where you buy products. This is where you're going to be selling your products, and you're going to be doing this, getting a professional profile. This is very important, so that you're able to sell on Amazon. And what I'm doing is I'm coming and I'm using a software called Keepa usually. And there's also a software called Bookmine, which is more advanced and actually really good for education. So we'll go over that in a second. But Keepa is where you're gonna start, because this graph right here is called a Keepa graph, and this is going to show you the historical data of every single product that Amazon's ever had. And it'll show you, if we go down here, see this button right here, it says it'll show you the last 3,144 days, which is how long this specific product or book has been on Amazon. And you can see that it's showing us all this data. And right now it looks kind of confusing, but we'll break it down. So we'll actually click it for the last year. So this is showing us the last year of the product. And for booksellers, used booksellers, and how I make money online is I'm looking at this black line here. This black line is telling me what the lowest used price is. The next line I want to look at is this green one. This green line is showing us every time it drops is showing us a sale. So you can see that this book is sold like a ton of times. And then the blue line, not so much important, just kind of need to take into consideration. It's the new offer count or new offer price, lowest new offer price. I just kind of consider it if this black line is above it, like, depending on the seasonality and stuff, why it would be there. The most important one that you need to know is Amazon for sure. It's this yellow or orange-ish line right here. That's your cap. You're never going to be able to sell more than Amazon at a used price, especially because this is Amazon's playground. You're not going to go above them. And then the one that's the least important, but I still like to take into consideration, is the purple boxes right here. That's the used buy box. This is what you want to be. You want to get this price right here as a seller, but it's been kind of controversial because lately Amazon has been rewarding the lowest price. So what we're gonna mainly focus on is that black line right here. And then one more metric that we want to take consideration, just ignore this middle box. I've never paid attention to it. So we'll drop down to this bottom box here, and this is the black line, at least, is the used offer count. It's how many sellers are on this, not how many books, because the one seller could have 30 plus books, but this is how many sellers are on the listing. And supply and demand, as this number grows, the price is going to drop, and as this number drops, the price is probably going to rise, depending on a lot of other factors. But that's pretty safe to say. So as you can see, this book is grown a little bit over the years. This book is a very fast seller. It's selling a ton, so it's a little bit different. And if we come down to some of these books down here, we can probably find a more slower selling book, and you can see, like, right, this one. This one, we can clearly see that it's selling a lot less than that last book, because we can see the drops on that green line. That green line is really telling us that it's not really selling. So this is the main way we're going to be able to make a purchase decision, is by looking at these and understanding what graphs are good. And like I said before, there's another software that we can also use called Bookmine to find these books. Because what we're ultimately wanting to do is find the lowest price that we can buy a book at and sell it for the highest price that we can sell it at. And Keepa is a good one, yeah, but you do have to understand the filters a little more. Bookmine really brings it to you up front. And there is a link in the description below if you want to check it out with a 15-day free trial. These books right here, like this book right here, is the seasonality I was talking about earlier. You really want to see this green line for seasonality, at least, to drop really low like this, like a bowl shape right here. And then you can see the price on the off season is low, and then during the season, while the bowl's going down, the supply is being bought up, so the price is reacting and it's rising. So this is a very big seasonality book, and looks like a high school book because it's only being dropped really during the August and September time. So that's going to tell me that this is a high school book, and this is a huge one that you want to like put on a sheet to track or follow or something, because you can buy it for, looks like, around the under 20, somewhere in the teens area, and then you can resell it, you know, at the shoulder price at 40 something, and then at the peak price like 50, 60 something, you know. This is the real meat and potatoes of this type of business, is the seasonal books. Here's another one, another bowl shape in the September time. This one has a little bit of it in the January time, telling me it might be a little bit of a college book. And then there's also the Christmas season is also a big one. Those are the three main seasons that you want to focus on when it comes to, you know, selling used books online. This type of method is great because you, for me at least, I'm doing Amazon to Amazon. So whenever I click onto this, we'll say this one because it's a great example of a seasonal book. I'm going into Amazon and I'm seeing what price I can buy it from Amazon for. So right now I can buy it at $18.85. And then here's another tool that I use is SellerAmp. I'll put another link in the description below. So I can get it for $18.85 right now. And then during the season, because if I buy it right now and I sell it right now, I'm not making any money. If I sell it in February, I'm not making any money. It's still, you know, the same price. Maybe if I get the buy box, but I'm looking at the lowest price right now just to be safe. But if I look at here, I can get it sold for $59 at the peak in August. The beginning of August, it's going for $59. That's $19 of profit. That's 105% ROI. That is the magic right here. If I buy, you know, I don't know how, if I buy 10 of these, you know, that's huge. That's $100 and some odd dollars, $99. That's where you're gonna really be making your money, is by buying like something like this that you know is gonna sell during the season on the off season, and selling it at the peak price right here for 100 some percent ROI. But you're gonna be buying, you know, however many of these that you possibly can. That's where the real magic comes in here, is you sell everything for $19 and you buy 10 of them, you're gonna be making $190 right here. That's where the money is right there. But you're not gonna stop there, obviously. Like, you made $190, cool. But what you need to do is find so many books like this, and buy multiple copies of them and sell them, buy them on the off season, sell them during the season. That way you are making a ton of money. And that really is how I do it. Like, buy it from Amazon during the off season, put it on Amazon. I send it into FBA so that it's sitting in there ready to go. So whenever the season comes and there's panic buying going, like, oh crap, we need these many books for our classes, or a college kid comes on, it's like, crap, I need this book this week. So they're coming to Amazon to find that book because they're gonna find it on Amazon, and they're gonna get it in a few days, most likely, especially from me because I'm an FBA seller. So I'm taking advantage of that. I'm sending my books in, and they're waiting to be bought by those people who are in that situation. And that's the big thing for this type of business. If you want to make money from home, this is the way to do it. And it takes a while to get things going, just because you got to learn how to read the graphs and understand it. But once you do, you can replicate this year after year. And once you get a good list of books, then you're going to be able to go back to those books and be like, this is great. I sold 8 of these last year. I'm buying 20 of these this year. Careful on going too deep on certain books. You got to be smart about it. But that is the main difference between a lot of like booksellers, is some of them will go to those thrift stores and stuff, and they'll just get whatever they can, and those are you could make a lot of money doing that. But for me, it came down to the time that I was driving to those thrift stores, spending time searching through all those books and everything. But whenever I can just sit down and do my sourcing from home, I don't have to waste time driving somewhere and pray that I'll find something. I'll always find something online because it's the internet, and Amazon literally has millions and millions and millions of books just sitting on their website, and all of those thrift stores that they're going to are listing on Amazon, and that's where I'm buying them. This is the main way that I'm making money right now, and I'm coming up on Q4. I'm starting to ramp things up. Come Christmas time, things are going to be really popping for me, and on top of that, January time for college books. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.